Just a note on the motor they're using for the CH5, but they use this motor other places. It's a 15 horsepower motor. Couldn't pull start the thing. Could electric start it, and then once it ran not so great. So the label had come off on the outside. So you'll recognize it now if I put it back on here. Hang on. So you got your choke control and your fuel on, right? And the guy was like confused as to which way was choke, and there's no label anymore because cheap labels that come off. Thanks, Stanley. Top quality there, including this label here. So I'm thinking, why was it hard to start? He couldn't get it started with pull start. And why was the electric start struggling to start it? It should fire right up. So, and I'm looking up this carb online to try to see what orientation of this top piece, without having to take this off here like I just did, is closed, choke, right? And there's nothing in the manual. It says to close the choke, but it doesn't say which way to close it. It's turn the fuel on, close the choke. And there's nothing in the manual, and there's there's no label, right? So I got a good labeler, Brother P-Touch. I'm going to put a new label on here, which way is choke, but I got to figure out for sure which way is the choke. And I get this thing running and it's sputtering no matter which way I put the damn choke position in. It doesn't make no difference. So I've never seen that before. So I take this off. Usually your carb has two 10mm bolts on an engine this size. And inside is jammed the choke plate. This thing is not screwed in. The shaft is merely plastic, and it's kind of like shredded up a little bit on either side. I know that's hard to see on the camera, but it's kind of, if I turn it sideways a little bit, you'll start to see how it's all kind of shredded. See that? See how it's kind of shredded? And then you look at the choke plate and it's bent. And all they did was just have these little tabs that would have grabbed either side of that flat shaft. No screws, no nothing. So this is garbage, as they say. So my suggestion is, if you run into this, just take the choke plate out. You probably won't need it if everything else is running right. Go online, see if you can find a third-party compatible carb that doesn't have that problem. You should be able to tell from the pictures. And go ahead and order one of those. Last time I looked on eBay, one of these was like 20 bucks.